And it took off running again. And so
Did you whack her upside the head?
It just wanted to make sure that we were down, and it wanted to get its cub safe and everything. So my mom gets up, and she had glasses on. It had pressed her glasses like really tight, and so it cut right there. So she had blood just running out her face, and one of the claws actually got like in her lip, and it cut like all this, like all the nerves and stuff in there. So she had blood coming out of her mouth, blood just going down her face. I've got crap hanging out of my arm. We're just like freaking out a little bit, but finally, I get her calmed down enough because like she was like in total shock. I had no idea like what to do or where to go or what anything. So then we ran all the way back to the car. It took us like a little over an hour to get back to the car, and we're just yelling the whole time just because we didn't want any more bears. We figured if we yell, they'd get out of the way, get out of the trail. We get back to the car.
All the bears were waiting there.
Yeah. We don't see anybody until we get back to like the parking lot, and there's like a couple of people there. There's like a lady with a baby and like these two other guys that were together, and then this one other guy. And they start talking. They're like, "Oh, well, you can't drive to town." And like I'm thinking this whole time, I'm just gonna drive, even though I can't shift. I'll shift with my left hand or whatever. I'm just gonna go. If there's cars, I'm gonna honk at them. I'm just gonna go. I gotta get to the hospital. I'm bleeding everywhere. She's bleeding everywhere.
But your mom was bleeding a lot from the mouth. Yeah.
She was. She actually, a lot of people, like, I took my shirt off. First I took my camera strap and wrapped it around my arm, so that kind of slowed the bleeding. And then I wrapped my shirt around it, so you couldn't really tell what was wrong with me. But she was bleeding a lot, so everyone thought she was like really bad. I'm like, dude, she's just cut a little bit. Trust me, I got a big hole in my arm. Now I'm like, let's go. And they're like, well, you can't drive, so how can we do this? They sat there for a half an hour figuring out who was going to drive, how they're going to get back to get their car. I'm like, I could have been a half an hour down the road. We're 2 hours out of town, and we still had to get back to the hospital. So finally they figure it all out. I ride with one guy in his car.
These are strangers, right?
Yeah, these are strangers. Okay. These other two guys, both of them happen to be named Dave. Actually, it was kind of weird. So we call them the Dave.
Brothers.
You got two brothers, Dave and Larry.
Yeah. So they drove my mom in our car. Well, the guy I'm riding with does 40 miles an hour back down the freeway. He gets stuck behind like the motorhomes. I'm like, obviously you're not the one with the cut up arm here. He's just going. Finally, by the time
I'm not really worried about safety. I just want to get to the hospital.
Yeah, we get to the hospital and it's like 3.5 hours later. It was crazy.
So you're bled out by then.
Go to Anchorage or
No, yeah, in the Solana. Yeah, the Canada Peninsula Hospital. So we get there and get all stitched up and everything. First I went in and I still have it was all wrapped up, right? By that point it's like I need to see a doctor. You know, I'm pretty much calmed down. I tell the lady at the front desk, I'm like, hey, I just got attacked by a bear. I need to see a doctor. And she's like, yeah, right. I'm like, no, really. Like, I don't know why she didn't believe me because there's blood all down my pants. My shirt was all bloody.
That's Alaska.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait in line for the other.
Didn't your mom corroborate your story?
Yeah, so she comes in and they're like, oh, okay. You know, so they get us
Now
in.
I believe it.
Imagine